Okay, so here you have another iteration with this concept of trying to make this conversational or chat-based, uh, history-based, timeline-based interaction user interface for a user that is interested in creating loan calculations. Okay, but at the same time, I'm recognizing that if you are using a calculator for a loan, you are actually building a story anyway, right? Because you want to learn at least, but also you maybe are interested in sharing with your companion, with your colleagues, with your manager, and you want to have the log as well. So, inspired by conversational interface, they're very popular in the mobile devices. In other words, chat-based interfaces. I decided to experiment with this UI. Okay, so that what you have here, gonna click here, uh, is basically a chat-like window, right? And I'm testing the idea to see if I can put the form fields here. Right? You see interest rate. So here it says enter some text to send a message because of course I took from the chat application. And here the enter the monthly interest rate, right? Uh, yeah, and maybe we don't even need this one here. Right? And then you would type something like, 2.1.2. That's a kind of a Brazilian interest rate per month, right? And then for money lending, let's say, for car lending. Uh, and of course, you hit enter. In this case, it shows this pie chart. I mean, this bar chart here. But here is just for the sake of saying that, there are updates going on there, right? Maybe I can actually change here live to show you this dot text is the actual. Instead, this guy here, let's try this dot text, okay? So again, we type here interest rate 1. Nope. This dot text. Let's try again. 1, hit enter. All right. Let me try to reload this. Okay, enter the low. I'm actually skipping these screens here because that was kind of the prior thing. Interest rate 1, hit enter, nothing. I want Oh, I see. Oh, I see. This guy here. Use that text. Okay. Right. You see, interest rate was updated. Right. So in this view, we kind of have a timeline thinking. Forgive me for the chart there. Uh, you don't want to see the chart, maybe. It would be maybe I can do this. If this dot text equals to 1, okay, else this return here. Oops, wait, here, right? And if equals to 1, I want to do this, and I don't want to put this container here. I just want this dot text and something like interest rate equals to this. Oops. And here would be pie chart. Okay, well, not a pie chart, right? Bar chart. Okay, so now here I type the interest rate, right? And I hit here, and I type, let's say it's not interest rate, right? It's the total amount of months, and then I say, give me a chart. Forgive me for this, right? And then it comes a chart. So I kind of wanted to, this starts with what you want, right? This is more like a question. What do you want? So in this chat window, here, and I have interest rate, it's what do you want, right? What do you want? What do you want? And what you have here, there is interest rate. Maybe it could be a button, right? I'm gonna look at this save button. Save is a raised button, right? If I put instead the interest rate, if I put the raise button, okay, and forget about this, this is gonna be interest rate, right? Whoops. container margin. This is months. Months. Now what we have is, right, you see, what do you want? Interest rate, months, and I want more here, right? I want principal. I don't know if it's called principal. Interest rate, months, and principal. It's out of the screen. I need something that that's fixed this way, right? Interest rate, months, and principal. Then you pick, right? If I type here in the bottom interest rate, let's assume I'm actually clicking there, and I click 1%, you see interest rate, right? And then I go months, so it'll be something like this, right? Equals, if it's 1 or this 60 equals to 24, right? For the sake of this prototype. If then I need here a variable var title equals to if var title equals to interest rate. If this text equals to 24 months, title equals to total of months, right? Okay, so imagine something like this, and let's try again. Forget about the very first screens. All right, I'm gonna reload this guy here. Oops. All right, so I enter here and skip these screens. That's the beginning of my loan. Wait, oop, where's the screen here? Wait, I need to check my Wi-Fi. All right, I'm not sure if this is working, but anyway. You imagine that I click interest rate, right? And then I put 1. Interest rate 1. Then I tap here months. Then immediately I have this, right? And I put 24 and hit enter. then you get apologies, title. This needs to be the title, right? Plus space. Excuse me. Right. Interest rate 1, total of months 1, and then I ask for the chart, right? Imagine the chart is dot. You see? That those are my payments. Will this work? I wonder. Because we are imagine that this is the same loan, and later if you change with a new, let's say from 24 months you put 48 months, right? That's the thing that you can compare, right, to a variation of your loan. And this guy here is a report that you can send to yourself on the server side. That's it so far.